Oh, that's such a bad turnover. This is probably the evolution for AJ Green in the future. He kind of needs to. I don't understand what he was doing here. Like Giannis is right next to him. You could literally just put the ball in his like lap, but he passes it to Bobby Portis. Let's watch this game. Yeah, where is who's he passing it to? Portis, Giannis, somebody like the in the regular season you can kind of get was away with these mistakes, but when you get to the playoffs, these are the kind of small things that teams are gonna prey on. Right? They're gonna prey on someone like AJ Green, who is a role player and not a ball handler, to have the ball make a lot of decisions, and sometimes he's gonna have these mistakes, like a learning process. But in the playoffs, like it's gonna be a very like every possession is gonna matter. So for AJ Green, his evolution probably just be confident with the ball, like hold on to it, dribble it out. You know, you don't have to give the ball up that quickly. Like you are on the floor for a reason. You know, be confident. Ah, Connaughton on SGA gets Ajax off him, attacks a weaker defender. Yeah, this most likely this is kind of like settling in my opinion for SGA, but at the same time he's not driving left. He's gonna meet Ajax. He's not driving right because he's either way he's gonna meet Giannis in the paint, right? So even if he drives, that pass is either gonna go to I think Cason Wallace. This is a 35 shooter and this is a 35 shooter. So AJ Green, once Giannis comes and helps, he just has to pick one and communicate who the rotation is gonna go to. Either way, that's a win for the defense, right? If you're kicking it to your role players, specifically the lowest percentage 3 point shooting role players on the team. So SGA here probably recognizes this. He says, you know, I'm not gonna drive. Giannis is gonna meet me at the rack, so I'm just going to get into my bag a little bit and try and like get an open shot, and he just takes the first one. But in my opinion, you have 15 seconds on the clock. You could probably get a little bit more something, but this is the superstar player. You're gonna live with it. Yeah, I mean, Ajax did what he could not to foul and stay in front of him. That's that SGA MVP bump. He misses the shot. It is what it is. Let me see. Was there any other option here? Like he could have passed it, but yeah. I mean, Bobby Portis was there too, so it's kind of a good defense on SGA. He was kind of fully committed to the shot already. Cruzy. Yeah, Caruso kind of slips, loses like what 5 6 seconds off the clock. Now we have SGA guarded by Green. Now Giannis has a good thing here. This is all that length, right? Guarded by like top three defender of the team, and you have in help side Giannis with all this length, and then you have Ajax over here, and then Connaughton taking away the first pass or one pass away. So here you could see Kendrick Williams is a 40% shooter calling for the ball essentially. And here you have Caruso, kind of a smart thing too, is if he kind of occupies Bobby Portis, it allows SGA to make this pass here. But the reality is, Ajax is right here playing both guys. Even if this pass were to get over Giannis and through to Kendrick Williams, that's enough time for Ajax to recover. So most likely, if he gets it here, Kendrick is either going to put up a really tough shot or swing it to Jalen Williams. And Jalen Williams is probably going to take the shot, but Connaughton's going to rotate back down, right? And so, really, this shot would end up with probably a Wallace 3 point shot. So, this is kind of like a good setup, good position for the Bucks to make sure that they kind of force the offense into a role player, specifically the worst shooting role player on the team. That's probably why SGA just decides to go straight into this shot. He probably says like, "Screw it, I'm shooting this. It's my team. I'm the superstar," and he makes it. You know. Ooh, yeah, no, I think this is kind of poor on Trent Jr. and Bobby Portis. Like, for example, here we have Trent guarding SGA. Boom, hits the screen, lags a little bit. But the problem here is Gary Trent Jr. is trying to take away the roll from Hartenstein. But Hartenstein is like 40 feet away from the basket. All right. And on top of that, AJ Green is right here. So even if Hartenstein got this ball in the short roll, he's going to probably pass it to Wallace over here or Jalen Williams, right? So both of which you'll live with because SJ just made a shot in the previous defensive possession, so you really don't want him to shoot again. And so Gary Trent tries to stop this roll. Bobby Portis is in drop coverage against SGA, which would make sense. Like if Portis tried to guard him at the perimeter, he'd probably get cooked. But yeah, Gary Trent. See, like Hartenstein, if you saw down here, he hit AJ Green. He wasn't going to get a free roll anyway. So ultimately, if we look at this possession again, Gary Trent, boom, hits a screen. And this is plenty of time, right, to take this angle and cut off SGA. But for whatever reason, this miscommunication between Portis and Gary Trent leads to this open three by SGA. All right, so here actually is probably what they originally wanted to do, right? It's probably have Bobby Portis show up just a little bit so that Gary Trent can trail, almost essentially blitz, not fully blitz, but like a show on SGA. And this was AJ Green last time, but this is Giannis. So even if SGA gets his pass to Hartenstein in the previous possession, he would have met AJ Green. Here, he's gonna meet Giannis. So yeah, here you want to show just long enough for Trent Jr. to come over to SGA. This is what you want. You want the pass to go to Caruso because he's not really a three-point shooter and not really like a creator like that. And he's going to also try and do something on Giannis. Loses the ball. So yeah, that's a very good possession. Like you bleed up a lot of the clock, take away a lot of the easy options. Like that's probably what the previous possession should have looked like. Unfortunately, they called a foul on Giannis, which I don't really buy on that one. Let's just watch it one more time without the pausing. Yeah, no, I don't really buy that one. And this is the last possession. Yeah, it was good. Take away all the first option, first looks. Just island, make it hard. Throws Caruso a grenade. Yeah, like great play by Gary Trent to really just have him do as many moves as possible and then just shorten the clock as much and then have him first pass to whoever Giannis is guarding. That's tough. Good job on Giannis not to foul. But yeah, that's pretty much the end of that. That's kind of a longer video than I thought. Maybe I can find some ways to speed this up or whatever it is. But that's just kind of my opinions on the first quarter. I may do the rest of the quarters, but we'll just try this out. So if you like it, cool. If you don't like it, feel free to voice your opinions. these are all kind of like my thought process when I look at it and trying to understand why the team does what they're doing versus just looking at the results. Right, a lot of these shots really could have been like makes by SGA or by the Thunder. They just happened to miss. But if you have a miss by a weak role player, then this actually probably by design. Or maybe I'll do another one, maybe not. So that'll be the first quarter. Later.